how to vent sex. I'm not gonna pick up a bird, turn it upside down, look at its behind. I'm not gonna do that, Maniac. Can you give me the easiest, smallest, simple-mindedest way to figure out which one is a male and which one is a female?
Oh yeah, let's get into it. You don't want to vent sex. You don't want to get poop or whatever on your hand. You don't even want to study it. You don't want to investigate it. I mean, you're leaving the last resort, y'all. Okay, if it's feather sexable, a lot of times your females will have the spotted chest, or they won't have a cinnamon chest on certain Coturnix quail, like your Egyptians, your browns, your pharaohs, stuff like that. But these jumbo wilds, I have seen some females that have just a little bit of cinnamon and a whole lot of cinnamon in a few spots. So some birds are not easily sexable. And if you're not gonna flip them over and vent sex them, that's where you flip the bird over. You go to the vent, you press it, and this white foamy stuff comes out. That's normally a male. And if poop comes out, it's a female. But y'all, if a bird has just bred that bird, out of my experience, we press one and it comes out, well, that white foamy stuff will come out of a female too if she's just bred. I'm just saying it has happened and it can confuse you. But you're wanting to come up with a way to do it. Well, I've got the perfect process and you should love it because it involves no effort. All right, best advice, easiest way, maybe not the fastest though. Now what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna open your pen or sit right here and watch. But I would open my pen as you see, like I'm doing right now. See all these birds in here? And I'm just gonna sit here, y'all. And as I can see, these quail need feed right now, even though, yes, they were fed. But these birds are getting really big. You see how big these birds? These are really nice. That's a male. See the cinnamon chest right here? That's a male. Okay, there's another male. Look at this female. See the spotted chest? But she has a little bit of cinnamon too, y'all, but that is a female. Now, in all the years I've been raising quail, when I first started, I didn't have a clue either. I didn't know how to vent sex. Did you hear that noise right there? There's your male. Now, normally you wouldn't be holding the camera like your boy Maniac right here. But you're just gonna sit here just like so. And you're just gonna watch. And that male is gonna stretch his head up about that far and he's gonna shake it really fast and he's gonna make that video game noise you just heard. Just then. That's what you're gonna hear. But you just sit here with a little box, a little cage, anything. I don't care. Make sure it's got a top because they can fly. But when you hear that noise, you reach in, you grab that quail, you put that in the box, and then you just sit here. Now put it off to the side because when he crows, he'll make another one crow. But a lot of quails like showing out, a lot of male quails. So they're just gonna continuously crow. And you just keep watching, keep listening. Eventually, all your males will be in this box. And 98% of your females is gonna be in this cage. That is the easiest, fastest way that I can teach you on how to find out what you have. It ain't the fastest, sorry. Why do I keep saying fast? That is the easiest, simplest way that I can teach you to find your male without having to flip them over, fool with the vent, do anything like that. You just simply sit and wait and listen and keep separating. When you buy birds from people, yes, you're gonna get a lot of males, usually, but sometimes I've gotten a lot of females. But most likely you're gonna end up with more males than females, so you just keep separating them. Remember what I say. They say 3 to 4 females per male. I disagree, I say 4 to 5 minimum. I say minimum 5. But yeah, you just sit here, you wait for the crow, and all that's gonna work out. Now this right here is a Rosetta. I have no idea on how to tell you which one's a male. I actually sit here and listen and wait for it to crow, or there's another way. That other way that I'm talking about is simply by watching. Now, I've never really seen people talk about this, so maybe this helps out a lot more people. But if you notice a lot of damage just on the head of a bird, you're welcome. That's more than likely a male. If you notice, like, the feathers are missing and eyes damaged, that's a male, y'all. The head's bad, that's a male. Now, if you notice the very back, lower back damage, it's probably a female. Normally, we'll say 8 out of 10, that's a female. Almost every time you see just the lower back messed up. The head's got physical damage, eyes getting damaged, really bad scarring or scabbing or whatever. that's a male. Now you just need to find that male that's causing all that damage. So you know for a fact right then you have two males. But that is the easiest way, even besides watching the birds, like I just told you to do. The fastest way is to put them in there, let it happen, start noticing head damage or back damage. You can swap them until you figure it out. But also while you're doing this, just sit here. You will see that root. That root's gonna crow, I'm telling you. You can separate them those 3 ways quickly and you'll be able to, I mean, it's gonna be a pretty good percentage you're gonna be right. Now, one factor also that's never talked about, and I'm gonna bring that up for you right now, is depending on the time of year. Let's say you're raising them in a garage, a heated garage. Now this normally does not affect them, because when we raise our birds indoors with heat and air and all that, those birds will crow around 10 to 12 weeks. They're probably gonna, well, we'll say 12 to 14 weeks, you'll probably get a bird crowing by then on the inside. You're raising birds on the outside, these birds are not gonna crow in the winter month. Somewhere around October, November, you'll notice you never hear them crow. It's the weirdest thing. I've never heard anybody talk about it, but me and my wife have noticed it. It happens every winter. They won't crow at all. And you'll also, this is another fun fact about that, by raising your birds outside and they haven't crowed all winter, and you're like, man, you ever wondered, you know, people's like, oh, it's spring, but it's still freezing cold, and you're like, man, I just want to start seeing things bloom. I want to start seeing things grow. Well, guess what? You haven't heard your roo crow all winter, and then all of a sudden you're out here and you're checking your stuff and you're getting ready for that planting season, and man, I'm just ready for spring to get here. And then all of a sudden, while you're out here, you hear that roo crow. Y'all, it's happened every year that my wife has been like, man, you think spring is almost here? Do you think spring's coming? Y'all, the first day you start hearing them quail crow, them roos crow, I'm telling you, you can get ready to get your seeds out, start ready to get planted. Them things are a natural time clock. I'm telling you, they won't crow all winter outside hardly. You might hear it every once in a blue moon, but ours never crow. But the minute spring is here, you're gonna start hearing them birds crow. I think it's the coolest thing. I mean, it's awesome. You ain't even gotta worry about watching you farmer's almanac, somebody telling you, a farmer from an old school, nothing like that. You don't have to worry about nothing, because the minute that quail crows outside, you know spring's here, baby. Now, all of these are just small country tips that I try to teach y'all that we've learned over time or somebody has taught us how to do. And, you know, beat me up in the comments, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about, do whatever. Y'all, I'm cool with that. I'm telling you what I've learned. I'm trying to help you go through the pitfalls and the wins that we've went through, so that it saves you a lot of time and money. That's what we're here for, and I appreciate every one of y'all with the content. And y'all are really blowing up my quail videos. I really appreciate that. Y'all have really put my quail videos in the algorithm, and I'm gonna try my best to present more quail. And before you ask the question, how come you don't do more quail? How come, yeah, I don't wanna just keep repeating the same video. Now, I know that if you watch these gurus, they tell you, oh, you get one video, well, you just build off of that same video and repeat. Y'all, I don't wanna do that. I don't feel like giving you the same video about the same bird and just maybe changing 1 or 2 words, but giving you the same dadgum information. I don't write a script. So y'all stick with me, share my videos, tell me how much you like it, tell me how much you don't like it, because I only want to put out something that's going to benefit you, help you, and maybe something you can enjoy. But I'm not just going to keep going, here's a quail. Look, this is an Egyptian, this is a pharaoh. Hey, this is a male, this is a female. Look, quail eggs. Y'all, quail eggs, you know, you put them in the incubator, day 15, they go in lockdown, day 18, they start hatching. Yeah, I don't want to keep making those videos. Now, in a video, I will give you retakes, remixes of that information, because somebody may be watching it for the first time. So while I'm telling you something new or hopefully helpful that I haven't ever given you, well, I may throw some of those little tips in there for somebody that doesn't know or somebody that's just now came here. And people have asked me, why is it about my eggs? My eggs look weird. They have no spots. They look like some kind of galaxy star or some space age egg. Y'all, the reason that is usually is because that's a young bird having its first egg for the first time. And that's very common. A lot of people contact me, call me, and they're always asking me, man, What is this? What is this? This is the craziest egg I've ever seen. Y'all, what we've learned, that's really a bird coming into maturity, I guess. And the first few eggs won't have color. They might look pink and blue, like hazy, like something in the solar system. So don't beat yourself up. You didn't do nothing wrong. It's usually because that bird is just now coming into maturity and gonna start making eggs like crazy after that. And then they'll be splotched and pretty like everybody's wanting. Or if you got a celadon quail, you know, well, then they'll be blue. But hopefully all this information helps, because I try to bring you tips and tricks whenever I can. Y'all look at all this comfrey. Look right here. Ooh, that bad boy right there is putting out by my peach tree. I've planted comfrey everywhere. I love comfrey. I feed it to my pigs, I feed it to my birds, I feed it to every animal I have. But y'all, I'm gonna call this video to a close, but hopefully y'all enjoy it. Thank you to everybody that's put all the wonderful comments and all the, I mean, y'all are just super cool with all the love. And even the people with the shade, I'm cool with it. We really appreciate it. If you haven't done so far, please subscribe. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers, and I need those watch hours. But hey, click like, comment, y'all. Please subscribe. Till next time, I'm your boy Maniac. I'm gonna tear this apple up I just got off my tree. We out.